Yeah, let's talk about how I lost 226 today. It's only 228, but I'm about to get off the charts. Just want to show y'all. Um, the PM session is always my good session. I lost again in the morning session. As you see my order here, I want to be filled at this 1 minute fair value gap, minus to risk 200 to make 500. And it actually made a fair value gap on the 5 minute from here to here. It tapped in and went. So I think I'm going to start getting in at the top of the 5 minute fair value gap, which is so annoying because even on this fair value gap here this morning, on the morning chart, I'm going to show you, it tapped at the top of this one and then went. It went through this whole fair value gap, but it didn't. I like to usually put my fair value gaps in the middle. As you see, it's climbing. I wanted it even to come back here, but still climbing to the point where I don't think I'm going to get in. I'm just going to get off and lesson learned from this. I'm still really testing the strategy. I've been really profitable in the afternoon, not in the morning. But since I'm risking 1 to 2, my losses are smaller than my wins. So I'm still making money every day. But yeah, this is a rough one. So I don't know. I'm gonna start the 5 minute. You just risk so much, which I don't really like. But let's talk about this morning. So this morning, I was confident, just like I kind of was just now, that we were going to tap back into one of these fair value gaps right here. So then we got a displacement. We got like a little market structure shift, and you know me, I like to play retracement. So I was gonna catch it down and then catch it back up, which is why a lot of the guys just say, wait for it to go into the PD rate you want because things like this can happen. Then we got another fair value gap here when it stopped me out. I marked this. Obviously, I didn't take it because we do our rules, 1 trade per session, and stopped out again. But what we see on the 5 minute, I marked all the trades I possibly wanted to take, and none of them hit. So on the 5 minute, we got this fair value gap. This was the 1 minute fair value gap. Then we have this second trade I had in the middle of this fair value gap on the 1 minute. So we had a bunch. Never tapped into either one of those. So then I was like, okay, 5 minute fair value gap. I'll get in at the middle of the 5 minute fair value gap, which was this one here. I had to risk a whole lot more, which I do not like. But it would have been probably like risk 500 to make 1,200 or something like that. But yeah, it never hit. It hit only the top of the 5 minute fair value gap right in the beginning. Actually, did it? I feel like it honestly didn't. If I could hit the breaker. Yeah, it only hit the breaker actually. Which is even worse. Even worse. It hit the breaker and then it went to my full TP right before I got back on for afternoon. I would just let this ride, but I just posted earlier, I don't like sitting in 4 or 5 hour trades like this. So that was a wash. But we see on the one we just missed, it tapped in at the fair value gap. There's not a breaker on this one. The breaker is way down here. So technically I could have gotten in at the breaker, but I want to wait for the first fair value gap. Want to get in. It only hit the 5 minute one, which is obviously frustrating. It hit the top of this one right here and then ran up. It looked like, oh, we have a market shift here. I can probably get into. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe we'll see how this goes. And maybe I will make up for my losses today. Should we do the top this time to keep it smooth? Will it even go and tap in there? Who knows? It probably won't even tap back in there. It might just go to this fair value gap that I just had to make another buy. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna take this. I'm probably just gonna be done for the day. I'll post on my TikTok if it actually taps into this trade, it's a valid trade. But I think this is just a pullback into one of these fair value gaps just to keep going up. But who knows? It can tap in here to go to the original one I wanted. Let's see, we got a strong wick, which means I want to tap in and go, which my second possible trade of this session I wanted was here to here to here. Not even like a one. I had like a 1 and 3 because it was a small stop loss. So it could tap in and go. But yeah, I don't know. It's tapping in on the 5 minute. So I guess it could be, you could buy right here if you want to. But we have a strong displacement too, which is giving reversal signs. So it's one of those things. So this would be one of those situations, like I always say in the PM session, you wait for confirmation. So we either wait for a full reversal fair value gap up now, or we wait for the fair value gap new breaker again and get on the second fair value gap. Because this is a I don't know situation. We have 3 giant bearish fair value gaps, so it's looking like a market structure shift to the downside. It very much is. But again, we're on an uptrend and we have all these fair value gaps that have not been filled. So it could just be going into those to keep going higher. Same here, just tapped in, could keep going higher, but we're at all-time highs, so it could reverse at any moment as well. So yeah, first loss of the week on my new Top Step account. I'm still up, still getting the bearings on the strategy. And then once I get the hang of it, I'm gonna go up a little bit on my lot size and just do 2 regular mini contracts, no more micros. And like again, take these quick scalps. Like I would have loved even this on the 5 minute one, if I just would have got in, took it to here and then did a 1 to 2 right there. Boom. We've been in and out that thing. But and it still didn't even hit, it didn't even hit this fair value gap yet. I only hit this one. But is it a market structure shift? I would love that, honestly. I would love that at the breaker. 1 to 2, just to boom. So yeah, we'll see.